I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say. This is a good start.
Oh my goodness.
So.
I'm literally gonna kill you.
Yeah, I deserve it. Alright, I guess we should start the podcast now.
Maybe.
Hi, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Emma. And we're sisters, and this podcast is where we read fan fiction from fandoms that we are not in.
And we pitch what we think the plot is based on what we read. In this week's episode, for our pilot episode, we are talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Emma, what do you know about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Absolutely nothing. I know that it is an anime. There might be some metal. There might be an alchemist.
Wow.
Maybe some brothers.
Oh my gosh. Powerful stuff.
That's it. That's what I got for you.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
That's all.
I think there's alchemy.
Maybe. I wouldn't know.
That there is. I'm not sure what the Brotherhood part of it is.
I don't either.
Is there a Brotherhood? Is it
What does it
alchemist?
mean?
What, and why Fullmetal?
Yeah, what's up with the metal? I'm okay with it. I just want to know what.
But it's not just metal, it's full.
Full.
And it's one word. Full metal is one word. We have our work cut out for us this week. I don't know why
I don't like that.
I don't know. Much to think about. Here's what I know about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And this is me relaying this information from what I remember from like 4 years ago or so.
Cool. Love that.
Well, two things. So first thing, there is, and anyone listening who has seen Fullmetal Alchemist or knows anything about it will know what I'm talking about. There's this little girl that they're friends with, and her dad is like an alchemist. I don't know if they know that he's an alchemist or not, but he's like a doctor.
Okay, he's just like a straight doctor. There's no like magic.
But there might be.
I don't know. What kind of alchemy are we doing here? Is this magic Skyrim alchemy, or are we just straight up like mixing some chemicals for fun?
There's like constructs of people that they're trying to make a life from using alchemy.
Okay.
Which I don't think is possible, or maybe it is, but it's illegal.
Maybe in this anime it's possible, but as far as I have seen in real life, as cool as that would be, not here for it, sorry.
So you're telling me that alchemy is not real?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying creating life through alchemy probably isn't a thing that works.
Wait, but you're saying that are you saying that alchemy, you think alchemy is real?
Hold on. I'm thinking of the word chemistry. My brain went, alchemy? Chemistry? That's the same. It's not the same.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I have had very little sleep. I don't know if I've eaten today. I am so tired.
I am so sorry to deliver this information to you, but alchemy is not real.
Can we bring it back, ladies?
Let's bring alchemy back. Ladies, line up. That's great. Anyway, there's a little girl, and the dad, spoiler alert for Fullmetal Alchemy Brotherhood, which is, like, if you haven't watched it at this point, you're probably not going to. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, the dad turns the little girl into the family dog. Like, combines them. And it is so disturbing. I've seen a clip from it. I hate thinking about it. I hate looking at it. I'll send you the picture, actually.
What does she look like? Does she look like a dog? Is it just a dog?
FMAB, dog girl.
That's her name, dog girl.
That's her name, dog girl.
Dog girl.
Oh, you're gonna hate
Spider-Man, this. Dog girl.
Wow. Okay, here you go.
I don't know if I want to see this.
You have to. You're gonna hate it.
Update. I didn't want to see it. I did not want to see it.
That's in your brain now.
No, ma'am.
Forever.
No.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, the dad... Oh, here's the worst part. I'm gonna send you the before
Was that
picture.
not the worst? No.
Yeah,
no, I don't want to see this.
Take a gander at that.
I'm not liking this very much.
Yeah,
okay,
it's messed
loading.
Up. Anyone
Can we
who
go
knows
back
anything...
to that? Let's reel it back. Take it back now, y'all. I want to go back to the little dog and the little girl. I do not want to see,
Girl dog?
I don't want to see girl dog.
Wait, you don't want to see girl dog?
No. In fact, I would rather die.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, I don't.
Well,
I don't want
to... Here's the worst part. Girl dog is only kind of, like, lucid, but she can talk. And she recognizes
she can talk?
Them.
She can say words?
Them when they visit, and they're like, where's the little girl?
It's me, girl dog.
It's me, girl dog. That's what she says. She says, hey, it's me, girl dog. I want to play.
Dog. I don't like that.
And they're, like, crying, and I think someone tries to kill the dad, or maybe the dad kills himself. I don't know. They attack him, or, like, threaten him.
Hey, remember, like... 30 minutes ago when you were like, yeah, I also know nothing about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
No, that's one of the things that I know. That is the one thing about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood that I know about.
Girl dog? That's all you know?
Dog.
I hate this.
It's girl dog.
I hate girl dog.
We love girl dog.
No, it sounds like a bad superhero name. Spider-Man and girl dog.
Her name's Nina, I think.
That's better. How about we just call her...
Yeah.
No, she's girl dog now.
She's girl dog. Here's the thing about this podcast that I'm already kind of dreading, is that I can feel the screams from the other side of people that have watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I was like, what screams? I got so
from the other side, from dead people.
Oh my
I can hear
goodness.
people yelling at their phones listening to this.
Like, y'all are so stupid.
You are a moron. You
Correct.
don't know anything.
You know what would be really funny?
Tell me.
Is if one of the authors of the fan fiction that we read found us.
Don't say that.
What would they do?
I know. I just got full body chills. And not in a good way.
What would they do? I want to know.
Probably death. 1 million years dungeon. They would hunt us down.
Oh, okay. I was like, death for them or for us?
No, for us. No, they would come after us for sure. I do want to preface for everyone listening, we are not here to mock fanfiction. We both read and write fanfiction religiously. We love it. We appreciate all, like, the weird quirks of fandom, things that people would look at and mock, and we find beauty and interest in them.
Well, unless it's incest, because I don't want that. I'm sorry. Disclaimer.
I thought that went without saying. There are parts of fandom that we don't agree with. That's one of those things.
We literally talked about this the other day, about the parts of fanfiction we don't like. And the top one for me...
make a list?
Incest. Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so no to incest.
No.
There you have it, folks. Emma, bold take. That's all. Say no to incest.
No incest, sorry.
So, if you held a gun to my head and asked me to explain what Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is about, you would have to shoot me, because I couldn't even make something up.
Only be able to say girl dog, and that sounds like it's made up, so...
Girl dog! What's up, ladies?
Girl dog.
Yeah, girl dog. The second thing that I know about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is, and I've told you this story, Emma, I felt very harassed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very few times have I felt oppressed. This was one of them. So I was in my Discord D&D group server. We were in the voice chat. There were probably like 8 of us. So one of our players was explaining his character's backstory a little bit. his character's like a construct and was saying like basically Frankenstein's monster situation, and another player typed in the chat big Edward Elric energy, and everyone in the chat was like, oh yeah, definitely. So I stopped everyone in the voice chat and I was like, wait, who's Edward Elric? And 6 out of the 8 people in the group unmuted their mics and started yelling at me. And they were like, you've never watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? What are you talking about? You don't know who Edward Elric is. I was like, okay. So apparently people have really strong feelings about this in here today. And listen, I know that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is a very popular show. I'm aware of that. What I was not expecting was people to be that passionate about it, because look, listen, this isn't like Star Wars. Okay, this isn't Harry Potter. This isn't one of those things that every
now I can hear the screams.
Please, FMA fans, do not come for me. But like, I know that but I first of all don't really watch anime.
Alright, so go find Ellie on Twitter and kill her.
Oh my gosh, cyberbully me.
Please.
And so I was just genuinely shocked that people would have such a reaction to that, knowing that 1, I don't really watch anime, and 2, again, FMA, I get that it's a big deal, but like, this isn't like, oh, you've never seen The Force Awakens? I don't, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just very strange. It was very strange for all of my players to scream at me over the voice chat that I've never seen FMA Brotherhood. And I'm sorry, I formally apologized before, but I will formally apologize again a second time now. And I might watch it after this. Maybe the fanfiction will really draw me in.
Yeah, don't make promises, though, because then they're gonna expect you to, and who knows if that's gonna happen.
Anyway, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So that's pretty much it. That's what I know. So again, not very much. I have intimate detail of this one aspect of it, but it's because that specific scene is on a lot of those, like, top 10 disturbing moments in anime or whatever lists.
Right.
So
you don't watch anime, but you do watch the top 10 most disturbing moments in anime.
Shut up.
No.
No, I mean, it's just one of those things that's like, you know, in a Kotaku article or like
I don't think it's just one of those things.
No, it is.
I'm coming for you on this one.
So anyway, yeah, we don't know very much, and that's going to be pretty much this entire podcast. We don't know anything. So we're going to come back and record our findings after we go through and read some fan fiction, pretty much until we feel like we've got our fill and we can piece together our pitch for a loose plot. I was also going to say we are going to go over, like, the characters and what we think their characterizations are. We're going to talk about ships and what ships we think are canon and aren't canon. And then at the end of it all, we're going to do a little dive into what we've learned about the fandom, really popular ships, the most common tropes and AUs, any patterns like that we see in the writings. So yeah, we'll be back after that. All right, we are back from reading a copious, almost frightening amount of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood fanfiction.
Too much.
Too much. Where to even begin? Too much.
You know,
those things are, yes, they coexist. Too much and not enough, because I feel like I know too much, but also, well, we'll talk about it. So, we are going to go over the plot, and it's going to be really easy for both of us to be like, I think this is what happens, but I am going to make a valiant effort to just say it matter-of-factly, like this is canon. And everybody's going to agree with me.
I I love that. I'm gonna have a hard time doing that, but I love that.
I believe in you. I think we can make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to school for theater, so make an effort. Where's my gun?
I am no longer
Emma, I am no longer asking. Bernard Sanders meme. He is no longer asking.
He is no longer asking, and neither am I. I just gotta say that I knew nothing with zero context.
Okay.
Now I have some context.
Okay.
And I still know nothing.
Awesome.
I have lost so many brain cells from confusion on trying to figure out what any of this is. I have become stupid. I am so confused about so many things. I know we kind of talked about small things over the week, but oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a breakdown.
No, I want to reiterate that we don't feel stupider because of the fan fiction that we read. It was all very well written. Yeah. It was, honestly, some of it was pretty good.
I got invested in characters that I know nothing about. I just gotta throw that out there.
That's power, baby. That is the power of fandom. But we feel stupider. How do I describe this?
I don't know. I was just so confused that my brain cells were trying to figure it out, and they were running so fast. And they were trying to figure out, but they just died of exhaustion.
But they died. Oh, that's great. Before they even reached the finish line. Here's the lesson that I learned from this. This is our first episode. Mm-hmm. This podcast is the worst idea that we've ever had.
God did not want this to happen.
God said no.
I was so excited, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be so much fun, and then we recorded the intro, and I was so hyped for it, and then it came to actually sitting down and reading fanfiction and taking notes, and I had a moment where I just, this was a bad decision.
This was the worst.
I wonder if Best Buy will take my mic back months later. Can I get a refund?
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Deleting all my social media. I'm
moving to Ireland.
Away to a state I've never been to.
I'm moving to Ireland. I'm running away to be a sheep herder. All because
that's preferable to this experience.
Yeah, all because I don't understand Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood anything.
Yeah. No, Emma, guess what, though?
What?
We're still doing it.
Yeah.
We're never gonna stop. This podcast lives on, because guess what? We're not quitters.
No. Well, okay. You speak for yourself.
Don't Okay, well, I'm glad that I started a podcast with someone who's such a quitter. That's awesome. Emma, I am no longer asking. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just ate a fruit snack.
Sorry, we talked about this.
I know, oh shoot.
We literally talked about you eating fruit snacks, and I said, that sounds like a terrible idea.
And you said no.
Did it
Can
anyways.
You hear the chewing though? If I lean up closer to my mic, can you hear it?
Yes, I don't like that. Stop it.
Ellie ASMR.
Oh my gosh. Right. No, I can't hear you chewing, but I can tell that you are eating.
Yeah, no, you can hear it in my... Okay, it's down my throat. We're good. Where to even begin? So, we're gonna start with characters, and then we're gonna go into plot. Emma, who is the main character of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's Ed. However...
Don't say pretty sure. You are saying this with conviction, like what we're creating the canon for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
You're right. You're correct. Okay, so the main character, 1000% definitely is Edward Elric.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, so I know nothing about him, but I am looking at a picture of him, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling. I saw in a fanfiction someone I think he is the Fullmetal Alchemist.
Okay. Do you know what that means?
Nope, no idea. No idea.
Great. I'll mark that down.
He has a metal arm, so that's part of that, obviously. He looks kind of like an angry, angsty boy. And one very popular tag that I found on Archive of Our Own was just Edward Elric swears.
Oh, okay.
That was just its own tag, which I thought was very funny.
Let Edward Elric say a swear word.
Yeah. Let him say bad words.
That's great. I believe he is 15 years old.
He looks like if I watched this in middle school, I would be simping over him.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Definitely.
I'm happy for you.
I know that anime characters typically don't look like they have an age, but he does not look 15. No ages.
Yeah, every other character looks exactly the same as him, age-wise, in my opinion. So, if you showed me a picture without me knowing his age, I would not have guessed 15.
No, definitely not. He looks like... No, he doesn't look like. He is. This is canon now.
He is. Okay.
He doesn't respect authority.
Okay.
On the outside, he gives off the vibe of, like, I don't need anybody else. But on the inside, he's a sad little boy, and he needs a hug.
Wow. Wow, that's heartbreaking.
I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10, because I feel like I would have simped over him, but I do feel like he is not, even though he's the main character, I don't think that he's, like, the best one, you know?
Interesting. Now that makes sense. Would you believe me if I told you he also has a metal leg?
Yes. I would believe you.
Okay, because he has a metal arm and a metal leg. I just wanted to I wanted to clarify that, because to me that is important.
If he is TM, Fullmetal Alchemist TM, then he's not full metal. He's still half flesh boy.
Do you think the full metal is referring to how much metal he's made out of? Are you telling me you think, you know what?
Maybe.
That's great. That's what we're going with.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, well, there's Ed.
Okay, Edward Elric. We did it.
Next up. Oh, I gotta check my notes. We got... Okay, we have Roy. So, Roy Mustang, he...
Okay. Epic name, by the way.
This is all... Everything is... It's very powerful. It is very powerful. But this whole show and everything, okay? Military. Something big about the military.
Sure.
Roy Mustang is someone in the military. He's a higher up.
He's a colonel.
He's 29. I saw him referred to as the, quote, hero of Ishval.
Very sexy of him.
So that means something. He is the flame alchemist. Again, means something. Now, you know what?
Wait, hold on.
He is not half fire. He's not half fire, if that's what you're about to say. Because that is what I said about Ed.
Yeah, okay, that's a good... Thank you for letting me know that you do not think Roy Mustang is made of fire.
He is made of fire. No, Roy is a flesh man.
He's not the full flame alchemist. He's just the flame alchemist, so he's not made of flames. Okay, by that logic, that seems sound to me. Thank you.
Thank you. He used flame alchemy in the Civil War of Ishval.
Okay.
Which is what I picked up somewhere in the midst. His parents died when he was young and was raised by his aunt somewhere. Don't know where. I know nothing about the geography. I have like his whole little backstory going.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Roy. That's all I have on him.
Oh, okay, you have more than I do. Rate Roy Mustang out of 10.
I'm gonna rate him a 6 out of 10. He was really nice in all the fanfiction that I read.
Okay.
But he's in the military, and I don't like bootlickers.
That's an interesting point.
If he wasn't in the military, I would probably give him a higher rating. Also, I looked at his picture and I was like, yeah, that's an okay looking anime character, yeah. But after reading the fanfiction, I am very attracted to him without knowing anything about the plot, so...
Wow, that's powerful.
Thank you. Tell me what you know about Roy. I want to hear.
Let me tell you what I know about Roy Mustang. So I mentioned earlier, I do know that he is a colonel in the military.
Yes.
Here's what I wrote down. Hot. To really let that sink in.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that killed me. You're not wrong.
No, yeah, Roy Mustang is hot. Hot boy.
He is.
And he's the flame alchemist.
The flame alchemist! Oh my gosh!
Wow.
I think we just did something.
We just did something there. We unlocked some things.
Yeah, we
What
did.
does that tell me about the canon of the greater world? Absolutely nothing.
Who made
Roy
the
Mustang
show?
is hot.
They knew what they were doing. They knew.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm the one that wrote down hot, and they didn't.
We make the show now.
Yeah, we're the showrunners.
We make the show now.
So,
yeah.
Roy Mustang is hot. I also have written down that he is... And again, this is the canon according to Ellie. So everything I say, whether it's true or not, it's true now.
It's true now.
He's kind of full of it.
Yes.
And he can be kind of mean.
Also, yes.
Because he's like a company man when it comes to the military. He's very honorable according to them in his duties and his loyalty to the military. And I think later in the story, part of his character development is that he realizes that he's just a tool, according to them, in their eyes. He is a cog in the machine, and he wants no more. He doesn't want to be a part of that, and so he leaves it behind, or maybe he joins some kind of resistance.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Okay.
I also have written down Playboy. Everyone wants a piece of this guy, because, as you probably noticed going through the fanfiction, everybody's tagged, shipped with Roy Mustang. Every single person. Including some of the underage characters. So that's something.
I know that we talked about, like, shipping adults with underage characters, but it's really big with Roy.
Like, significantly so.
Everyone loves shipping Roy with the children. With the kids. TM. And I don't even know how they know each other.
Oh, I'll tell you.
I never have read a fanfiction with all of them together, so...
I will tell you how they know each other, because this is one thing I do know.
Okay, and what you're about to say, I need this to be known. I do not know if you're making this up or not.
It doesn't matter.
So it is fact within my mind.
It's fact. Yeah, this is real.
Okay, please tell me.
So, as I mentioned, Roy being a colonel in the army... Actually, well, we're jumping into plot, so I'm just going to jump into plot, and then we can, talk about the other characters as they come, alright?
Okay, sounds good.
So here's the plot of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Edward Elric is a quirky 15-year-old boy who's too smart for his own good. One crazy summer, I don't know if it's summer, but I think that's funny. One crazy summer, his mom dies.
Is this like a trailer of a coming-of-age teen movie?
This is a coming-of-age teen anime.
Oh my goodness. Okay, mom dies.
So mom dies, Mom. I believe of illness.
Yikes.
You hate to see it.
I do.
And Edward and another character we haven't mentioned, but I'll mention now, his brother Alphonse, who's his younger brother. I think they're about a year apart, so Edward's 15 at the beginning of this story, and Alphonse is about 14. They are very talented young kids in alchemy, and they decide to try a very challenging and controversial form of alchemy, which is, I've heard it referred to as a couple different things, but genetic alchemy or human alchemy, basically defying the laws of science and like biology by bringing people back to life, reuniting their souls with their bodies. Okay.
I get you.
They fail. And not only do they fail in bringing her back to life, but their alchemy backfires so significantly that Alphonse's body is obliterated and Edward loses his arm and his leg. Now, here's what I think. Again, all of this is from fanfiction.
I was gonna say, the way you're telling it to me, I feel like you watched the show.
Because this is canon, because we're the show writers now. So this is my pitch for what Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is. Alphonse dies, straight up. So body gone, soul thrown into the afterlife. There is I guess a kind of character, if you could call it that, but it's like the Peter at the gates kind of person, but there's a place called the Gate, and it's basically where souls pass into the next life, and there's a character there that I've seen referred to as Truth, capital T is their name, and so kind of a Grim Reaper-esque character. Now, with human alchemy, like biological alchemy, it's fine, because they exist now, because I said so.
They exist. You said so.
With human alchemy,
it could be an OC, but we'll never know.
We'll never know. And we'll get to that at the end, actually, why we'll never know.
Yes.
With human alchemy, there's this law of exchange. So if you want to return someone's soul to their body, you have to give up something in return to make that happen.
Right, that makes sense.
The only way that you can do so without paying a price, so to speak, is to use a Philosopher's Stone, which I'll mention in a little bit why that is kind of sketchy.
Okay.
But Edward sacrifices not only his arm and his leg, but also his innocence, in the case that, like, he's granted this horrible forbidden knowledge and he's very young. And so it's an excruciating experience to retrieve Alphonse's soul, but they don't have a body to put it back in, so another character, Winry Rockbell, who is their childhood friend that grew up in their village with them.
Right. All I know about her, blonde hair, blue eyes. That's it.
Yeah, because you looked at a picture of her and you're like, oh, I guess she has blonde hair and blue eyes.
No,
I don't even know what she looks like, so...
And then I looked at a picture of her.
Oh.
She's super cute. I'm looking at a picture of her right now.
Oh, okay, well, that's great. I'm happy for you. I like Winry.
Thank you.
Do you have a rating for Alphonse?
For Alphonse, I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. He seems like...
Oh, wow.
The one that I read that had Alphonse in it, he seemed like the kind of brother where it's like... I don't know. He seems so heartbroken. Just everything about him seems so sad. I just want to give him a hug.
It's kind of depressing. Yeah, well, Winry...
10 out of 10.
Yeah, we love Alphonse. We're big fans of Alphonse Elric.
I'm a big fan.
Winry Rockbell is a mechanic and a medic, although those could be the same thing. Oh. We may never know. But she...
We are now.
She constructs basically a suit of armor.
Okay.
And that is what they connect Alphonse's soul to. So he's basically a Scooby-Doo-esque haunted suit of armor.
What?
Disembodied, walking around. Just a normal day.
Incredible.
In this world. So Edward and Alphonse decide that they are going to go on a quest to learn more about alchemy so that they can... get Alphonse's body back and restore Edward's arm and leg. Are they successful? Yes, they do it. What happens between them deciding to do it and them actually doing it? a lot of things. There is a war.
Yes,
I think.
I know.
No,
the war was
I don't
mentioned.
think there is a war.
It's a civil war. The Ishval Civil
I'm gonna say that the war that they participate in is a continuation of the Civil War. That's my guess.
The only thing that I fully don't know and have never even got a hint of context on is every once in a while a fanfiction would reference the Promised Day, which means nothing to me.
So I looked up the Promised Day on Archive of Our Own.
Okay.
Because I did see it as a tag on some... Well, the tag that I saw was post-Promised Day.
That's what I saw, too.
So, my proposal for what the Promised Day is that it is the pinnacle, climax of the series where everything comes to a head with the good guys and the bad guys.
Okay.
I am not going to get more specific than that because I could not tell you.
I do have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
My question is, who are the good guys and who are the bad guys?
Okay, yeah, I can't answer that, but I'm gonna make it up.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's what I have written down.
Okay.
Mostly a lot of nonsense. This is what my notes look like.
Yeah, you sent me a picture.
You guys can't see it. Maybe I'll post a picture. Yeah, this is a nightmare. It's a lot of just, like, very conspiracy theory arrows pointing to names, a bunch of question marks next to things.
Every single sentence or word that I wrote down in my notes has at least 1 to 2 question marks after it.
Yeah.
So
one thing I do know is that Edward, he joins the military.
Right.
To learn more alchemy to become, get ready for this, the Fullmetal Alchemist.
What does that mean?
I could not tell you. It is a rank, though.
Oh.
There are ranks of alchemists in the military. Okay. And the Fullmetal Alchemist, I don't know, is there more than one? Is this like a president situation where there's only one president? There's only one king?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that there's only allowed to be one Fullmetal Alchemist, and it's Edward Elric when he's like 15 or 16 years old.
Yes. That
king.
And you know what? That actually sounds very on brand for any TV show ever.
Yeah, it does.
So
he's the chosen one.
That's
the trope that we're dealing with here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Although I will say I'm incredibly attracted to your proposal that full metal is referring to how much metal a person is made out of. And so I would like to stick with that. That's where the full metal comes from. I'm
gonna cry.
I feel very strongly about that.
I am literally gonna have a mental breakdown. And I'm gonna have to edit it. No, I wouldn't even edit it out. I would leave it in the podcast. Just like 10 minutes of me crying. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what's going on.
Fullmetal Alchemy. Fullmetal Alchemy is the name of the show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, can we talk about greed and link,
no.
please?
Oh, hold on. No, I'm getting there. So this is the good guys versus bad guys situation?
Okay. I want to talk about it.
Okay. So the good guys are the people in the military until plot twist. The military leadership is bad. They're corrupt. Who could have seen that coming? Not me. Yes, me. I could have seen that coming. I think any of us could have seen that coming. But oops, all berries. That's a Captain Crunch reference.
Can I just take that audio and that's our whole trailer?
That's the whole thing. All military is bad. So the good guys branch off and start their own little resistance. One thing I will mention too is that the leadership, I think the nation that they live in is like coded or after or inspired by like Germany.
Interesting.
But also kind of England. I forgot to mention it's kind of steampunky a little bit.
Interesting.
But with magic. Because they have, like, guns, I think.
Probably. I think so.
But also magic.
Yeah, no, they definitely have guns. I will confirm right now. I have not seen it in the show, but it's the truth now. They have guns.
They have guns. They have guns. They live in a dystopian steampunk. Actually, I don't think it's dystopian. I take that back. It's not dystopian, but it is steampunk, and there's a war. Yeah. Their leader of their country is referred to the title of Führer, which, as you know, is German. Oh, that was one thing. I couldn't decide if this was an alternate Earth or if this was a world that is fictional inspired by Earth.
Yes. I understand.
I want it to be alternate universe Earth where the timeline went weird, you know, the American Revolution or something like that, like 1700s, what if we lost the war or whatever.
And that is what happened.
So the reason I think that, the reason I'm not sure is because in one fanfiction I read that if you held a gun to my head, I could not tell you if it was an AU or not. But it is post-canon.
Yep.
Edward is an adult, and he is working as a professor of alchemy at a university.
Right.
And he and Roy Mustang, our Playboy king, reconnect as colleagues because Roy is still in the military, I think.
That would make sense for him.
But he's, like, upper leadership now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or maybe he's in politics now or something. Anyway.
Good for him.
But Edward refers to the country England, which, as you may know, is a real place. So, I'm going to say it's alternate Earth reality in their world. So, continuing on that, though, surprise, the guy that's called the Führer is bad. Who could have seen that coming?
Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed the Nazi-like military organization is bad? Oh my gosh.
What? This is news to me.
The main bad guy is referred to as Father. Although, surprise, they go to, and they're like, Father is the bad guy. We need to kill that guy. Or whatever. We need to take him down. But then, surprise, Father is just a puppet for a bigger villain named Xerxes, who is a kind of demigod figure. I mean, he was a man at one point. I'm not sure if he's still a man with just epic alchemist powers.
Right. Okay.
Or if he has made himself kind of a demigod figure, but he's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Ooh.
And Father is a very powerful alchemist. Here's another plot twist. Father, whose name is Hohenheim.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing that right? No one knows.
No one knows.
But he is Edward and Alphonse's real dad. Who left when they were kids
to go get
before their mom died.
The gas station. And then he never came back.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I gotta go pick up more alchemy at the corner store. And he left.
Gotta go pick up
no.
alchemy.
He had to go pick up more Fullmetal at the alchemy store. And he never came back. So that's canon. You're literally crying right now.
I'm gonna have a breakdown on our podcast. Oh my god.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a tradition every episode. How many breakdowns is Emma gonna have in 30 minutes?
Oh my goodness.
Hohenheim is the bad guy that's being puppeted by the real bad guy. Okay? Now, Hohenheim created, and this is going to answer your question from earlier about greed.
Yes.
There are these creatures that are created with alchemy called homunculi.
Yes.
A homunculus, singular.
Yes.
And they are... Did I write it down?
I have
Absolutely
written
not.
down...
Why would I write down something that's important?
So I have written down Homunculi are immortal ? And then underneath that, metal ? With a little arrow.
Fullmetal?
Fullmetal? Alchemy?
Wait, alchemy? Wait a second.
Hold on a second.
The homunculi, I believe, are immortal, or they at least can live a very long time.
Yeah.
But they still function as people, but they're, like, weird. And they have weird abilities, and they're all different from each other.
And they're named after the 7 sins.
Yes, they are each named after the 7 deadly sins, and... You know what I just realized? I don't know if Father and Hohenheim are actually the same person. But it doesn't matter. They are now. Because I said so. But the homunculi are either artificially created from just pure alchemy, or they are revivals of existing bodies gone wrong. So, like, the soul wasn't reunited with the body, but the body comes back to life anyway, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's... the 7 deadly sins, although I read one where they were trying to make Wrath as the 7th, homunculus, and it failed. And so whoever they were trying to turn into Wrath, it didn't work for whatever reason, because someone didn't have enough Fullmetal is probably why. They didn't pick up enough Fullmetal at the alchemy store, and it didn't work.
Probably why. Or not enough alchemy.
They didn't have enough alchemy.
It didn't work.
It's like you run out of milk and you have to borrow half a cup of milk from your neighbor when you're making cookies. It's the same exact thing.
No one else had any alchemy. They were all out.
They didn't have any alchemy. They were all out. It was too late to go to the store, so it failed.
From the alchemy store, but they didn't have enough money.
Oh yeah, they only took cash.
They only
had their card on them. Oh man, don't you hate it when that happens?
We're in a pandemic and no one is taking cash right now.
No one can take... Oh, yeah. Wow.
Now they are in the pandemic. I just made that a thing.
That is yeah, oh, are they in a pandemic? We're gonna say,
They are now.
I'm gonna say no. It's getting too complicated for me. If we throw a pandemic, if we throw a fake pandemic in there too, it's gonna be too much. But, plot twist. Mm-hmm. Okay. The homunculus, known as Lust, is Edward and Alphonse's dead mom. Because here's what happened. Their alchemical, their little, ritual did bring her back. It succeeded. For some reason.
Hold on. Pause. I have one question for the creators of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh,
just one
question.
Why would you take the dead mom and put her into lust? Let's go with maybe gluttony. This is my dead mom. This is my dead mom that you're putting into...
This is my dead mom. Her name is Lust.
This is my dead mom. My hot dead mom.
Is she hot? I've never seen a picture of her.
I've never seen a picture of her either.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
I don't know if her name is...
Her name is Trisha.
Trisha?
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm wrong. I was reading the wrong thing. She is
my goodness,
Sloth.
Ellie.
I'm so sorry.
I'm okay with that. That's okay. I just don't want... I don't know. Having mom be Lust makes me uncomfy for some reason.
No, that's so valid. No, I was looking at the wrong arrow to a different word, and she is Sloth. And she's hot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! It's very much like mom goes through a goth phase. Also, her eye shape changes. Is that what happens when you go evil? Your eye shape changes all of a sudden? Is that a rule of anime?
Maybe. I've never gone evil though, so I can't
That's a fair point, but they look completely different. So, okay, whatever. She started wearing lipstick and filled in her brows, and now all of a sudden, or she shaped her brows different, and now all of a sudden she's a bad guy.
So are the homunculi bad guys? Are they bad?
They are. They work for the bad guys, but I don't think they have to be inherently bad.
Well, then that sucks. If Is Ling a bad guy? Because Edward and Ling have to be in love.
Yeah, so Edward and Ling have to be together. Who is Ling?
I have zero... Hold on. Do I have anything
I have no clue
about him? Ling Yao, in parentheses, age 15. That's it.
Okay.
I have his name and his age.
No, that's valid. I have Ling Yao - greed ? Homunculus ? And that is it. Yep. That is everything. Ling and Edward are friends.
They are friends, and then they friends to
and
lovers.
Then they fall in love. I mean, if you have a chosen one teen show or movie or book or whatever, they gotta have a love interest, you know, and usually it's the girl next door, so...
Which is probably Winry.
Canonically, my guess is that Edward and Winry end up together. However, boring. Heteronormativity in my anime, disgusting.
I'm not with it.
Ling and Ed writes.
For anime titles, the more exclamation points there are, the gayer it is.
The gayer it is.
I would like to request that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has at least 1 to 2 exclamation points.
I would say 2 exclamation points would be ideal.
It would be.
Yeah.
Anyway, Winry is probably...
Winry and Edward, I think they are canon. However...
I think they are canon. Or at least canon for a short amount of time. You know? Like, they end up together for a amount of time.
They end up together at the end of the show. I guarantee they're about to go into the final battle. I think that, the promised day, right? That's the climax of the show. That's, like, the big final battle between good and evil. Edward confesses his love to, or maybe even kisses, Winry, and then they go fight.
Right.
So they're separated. And then it's like, if we survive all this, you know... And then they come back, not everyone lives. I have a list of people I think die at the end. Everyone comes back together, and then they're in love. Yes. So, but also, forget that, my canon ships, which we have not talked about this character.
Have we?
We have not talked about Riza? I'm not sure how you say it.
I talk about
Hawkeye.
Riza literally all the time.
Well, you do to me, but not in this recording right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I have so many things to say about her.
Wow.
Okay. She and Roy are in love, but they work together because she's in the military too. So they can't be together because they work together, and she can't do it. She's a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, yeah.
So my notes here on paper says lieutenant with daddy issues ?
Wow, powerful.
And then I restate that in my phone notes. Riza has daddy issues. Has soldier's guilt.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I picked up, is that she has soldier's guilt.
Wow.
She can't do alchemy.
Okay.
And I've decided that she's perfect. She is wonderful.
Sure.
Beautiful, stunning. I love her.
Okay.
She makes Roy a better man. Definitely.
Wow, that's the best kind of love. Yeah. They are the only straight couple in the show that I stan.
Yeah, that I'm okay with.
That's actually not true. I have another straight couple that I do love.
Okay.
Maze Hughes.
Okay.
Who is a captain in the military, I believe.
Right.
Married to Gracia is his wife.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he dies.
Yeah, I do have Maze Hughes dies ? In my notes. I didn't know who Maze Hughes was, never read anything with him, but I do have Maze Hughes
I'm pretty
dies ?
sure he gets killed by a homunculus.
Okay.
Now, which homunculus kills him? Only God knows.
Yeah.
I want to guess Greed,
I was about to guess Greed.
I don't have any reason to think that.
Yeah, and I also don't know anything about any of the other ones. If I was gonna guess other than Greed, I would say Wrath. Sure.
Okay. Does Wrath exist?
Wrath exists, and it says that...
Oh, because remember how... No, because remember how I said they didn't have enough alchemy. They forgot to go to the alchemy store. to finish Wrath.
Okay.
So we're deciding now. Does Wrath exist or not? Would you like him to exist?
I think Wrath exists. I think that it is...
Okay.
Bradley? Führer Bradley.
Oh, the Führer, yes.
He is Wrath.
I had him written down as Pride.
Interesting. For Pride, I have his brother. I have him written down for Wrath, and then an unnamed brother.
You know what? I like that. Let's go with that. Literally, I have not come across a brother character at all. But I'm gonna cry. A family of homunculi. That's why the leadership is so corrupt, though.
Do you know the Führer's first name?
King Bradley.
Okay, yeah.
First name King, last name Bradley. And he has a loveless marriage.
Yikes!
And that's all I know about him, and I think that's really fun.
That's all that you need to know.
That's all that you need to know. Yeah, that's all that matters. They made Wrath out of the Führer, and that's how they started taking over the government. This was like an infiltration situation, right? Does any of this make sense? Absolutely not.
No, I'm still so confused.
But that one piece of it does make sense to me. You know what? It's okay. No, so I think that Edward and Alphonse, so remember they successfully resurrected their mom, but they didn't know because when they woke up dead, their mom's body was gone, so they thought that she just, like, disintegrated. But then they meet her again later, and she's a homunculus. I don't think they recognize her right away, though.
Probably not.
Here's the thing about homunculi.
Okay,
they are made from existing bodies, and their consciousnesses coexist with the spirit of the person they were before.
Interesting.
Or are replaced.
Right.
They replace the consciousness from before. No, they coexist?
They coexist. Because of Ling and Greed.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Greed is a homunculus that was made out of Ling's body.
I do have something written down about Ling.
Oh, tell me.
For Ling, I have Ling Yao is the Emperor, 5 exclamation points.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, question marks.
Oh, okay.
And then underneath it is a quote from a fanfiction. Emperor Ling Yao of Jing, leader of the Yao clan, heavenly uniter of all clans. So, that's Ling.
Okay.
I guess.
So that's something.
But also, I'm pretty sure that he is 15 years old.
Yeah, so how is he the emperor? Is that a post-canon thing where people just decided he becomes emperor later?
I don't remember. I don't think this was a post-canon.
You know what? It doesn't matter. He's 15 and he's the emperor of an entire nation.
Yes.
That's what we decided. Yeah, I actually vibe hard with that.
I really do. I'm looking at this little picture of him. He's a cutie.
Is he cute?
I think he's cute. Do you want me to send you a picture of him?
Yeah, send it. Oh, I forgot to say, I can send you a picture of their mom. We'll exchange character photos here.
We will exchange. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He's so cute! Oh my gosh, he and Edward belong together.
I know they do.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
He looks so evil.
Yes! Yes!
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed with that.
Oh, she's so pretty. And Sloth is...
She's beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Yeah, big fan.
Chef's kiss.
Women can commit crime, too.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. So Ling is a guy that they meet at some point.
Yes.
And he helps them. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention the most important thing.
Okay.
I should have mentioned this literally 20 minutes ago. Edward and Alphonse's quest, besides getting better at alchemy, I'm such an idiot, is to use the military to find a philosopher's stone so that they can restore Alphonse's body and Edward's missing limbs without having to exchange a human soul, or like the equivalent.
Interesting.
However, here's the catch. It isn't just this magical rock that grants them any wish.
Okay.
with this equivalent exchange thing and they don't have to kill anyone, the Philosopher's Stones are created only by the killing of, like, thousands of people. Right? So it's this whole, like, oh, we're trying to do this ethically, but it's so much worse than just
that makes sense.
Finding a different exchange.
That makes sense.
What a conundrum. So Ling helps them find it, but at some point he is possessed by or becomes a homunculus greed.
Buddy.
And is then working against them.
How does that happen? Tell me right now, how does that happen?
He went to the alchemy store. No. So he went there.
He went there.
Okay.
Wait, who went there? Greed or Ling?
Ling went to the Ling Yao went to the alchemy store. Ling. Okay, he went to the alchemy store.
Gotcha.
And he got, like, held at gunpoint. He got jumped on the way to the alchemy store.
Oh no.
And they said,
Ling.
"Give me all your money." And it was Father. Okay, the bad guy.
No.
"Give me all your money." And Ling said, "No, please, sir. I have to go to the alchemy store to buy Philosopher's Stone for my boyfriend, Edward. Because you can get those at the alchemy store."
Yeah, of course you can.
And Father said, "No, sir." And then he drugged him and dragged him away and did some alchemy on him.
Oh my goodness.
To turn him into the homunculus greed, and that's exactly what happened.
Man.
Everything happens on the way to the alchemy store, honestly. This alchemy store is a little cursed. Why do people still go there? They should close it. It has the alchemy store in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has the lowest Yelp rating.
Yes, it does.
But it's the only one in town, so people just have to keep going there.
It is a negative number on Yelp.
No, we cracked this, yeah.
We're rewriting the show. We wrote the show.
No, we wrote it.
We wrote it. Right now.
Now, do you recall...
Yes.
In the first part of this episode that we recorded a few days ago... Which, by the way, in the time between recording the beginning of this episode and the second half of this episode, I read almost 100,000 words of Fullmetal Alchemist Brother fanfiction in the span of 3 days.
That's not okay.
That's monstrous. Okay. What is wrong with me?
That is
I would like to know.
Not okay. I read probably, I'm gonna guess 70,000 words, which is also
dang, dude.
Not
that is
okay.
way more than I thought.
I found this Roy and Riza fic.
Oh,
it was 71,000 words. I haven't finished it,
and you had to commit. Yeah,
but I might, cause now I'm invested and I don't even know who they are.
I seriously love that more than anything.
I don't even know who they are.
I'm so obsessed with that.
Thank you.
Are Roy and Riza canon?
No, I don't think so.
I think they are.
They are now.
Well, they are now, because I said so. Yeah.
I feel like...
I think they're canon.
I feel like it's... I don't know.
No, because it's like military abolished. Post-war, everyone's like, yay, we successfully overthrew the bad alchemy government. And then they use alchemy for good, and they can be together.
During the show, I'm gonna say... I don't think so.
Oh, no, I'm talking post-show, like at the end.
Post-show, definitely. Because all the fics that I found were mostly, like, post-canon.
Yeah, same.
Like, okay, now that this is all over, we can be together.
Yeah.
But, like, during the show, no. Out of the show, I feel like after, I feel like it would happen.
For sure. I can agree with that. Yeah, during the show, I think there's tension, though. There's that buildup of, like, we have feelings for each other, but we can't be together. And then after the war is over and everything's good again, they're like, wow, we're in love. We were in love the whole time. Yeah, I like that a lot.
They were straight baiting us.
Oh my gosh, don't you hate it when shows straight bait?
Oh no, don't you hate it?
Don't you just hate that when shows straight bait, but they have like 6 other straight couples?
And straight people have like no representation. It's so upsetting.
There is no straight representation in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Where are my straight relationships at?
In our version of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, the only straight couple... Well, there has to be two because Maze and Gracia belong together. Which I will get in... I can... And Hawkeye and Roy. So the only straight couples are Hawkeye and Roy.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out extra. We talked about the two. On top of that extra, they all have to be gay now.
But that's the surprise. Everybody's some kind of gay.
Chef's kiss.
Even if their relationships are, a hetero pairing, that doesn't mean that they themselves are hetero. Everybody's gay.
There's my take.
That's a good take. So remember at the beginning of the episode when I talked about girl dog?
Girl dog. I have in my notes, haven't heard anything about girl dog sad face.
That's too bad because I found quite a bit on girl dog. Here's the best part.
I have not found anything about girl dog. Wasn't even mentioned.
All of it was conflicting. So I don't know what's real, but let me tell you what I think based on, and this is based on one fic that I read. So I'm not even taking an amalgamation of information. This is just one fan fiction. It's that 80,000 word one that I read in like 2 days.
Yes.
I have a feeling that fic is a little bit of a fix-it fic, but it also goes partially post-canon. So Nina, girl dog. Her dad is a kind of mad scientist alchemist.
No.
Okay? He experiments for the military on living things with alchemy, which is super sketchy, but the military lets him do it because he's doing it for them. Yeah, sketchy,
That's
right?
Not good.
Okay. The military sends Edward, a 15-year-old, to study alchemy, not under this guy necessarily, but like this guy has access to resources that Edward can use.
Right.
So while he's living there, he meets Nina, who is 5, girl dog, and the family dog. So the dad is a nasty boy. All right. So he's doing all kinds of sketchy things in that basement laboratory of his. I don't know if it's in the basement, but that seems right to me. If you're doing sketchy things for the military, why wouldn't you have a basement laboratory?
It just seems correct.
He is making chimeras, which are basically mashing up human and animal or multiple living things into one creature.
Yes.
He takes that.
Right.
And he's doing all these nasty experiments. But Edward and co, like, leave and then come back. You know, they're on adventures. They're doing things. And they're like, where's our best friend, this 5-year-old Nina, who Edward has come to know more like a little sister. Like, he's become very attached to her in a familial way, okay? And the dad is like, oops, no Nina. But that's when they realize that the family dog is also missing, and then the dog spins around, and it's Nina dog, girl dog. It's so disturbing, dude.
Dog.
And she can talk, because she is partially human.
So creepy.
And all she can say is how much pain she's in.
I don't like that.
It hurts.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing about chimeras, one of the reasons it's so, like, disturbing and, like, bad to do is that it is physically painful for the people and the creatures that are being and most of them don't live beyond a short amount of time. Like, even if it's successful, they just don't survive for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Now, in the fanfiction I read, Edward saved Nina and was able to reverse the joint, like, you know, thing.
That's
Is that
good.
true in canon? I don't think so, but
I don't think so.
Yeah, Nina survived.
But it is now because I want her to have all the good things in the world.
But part of me is also like,
so,
dude, that's sick. Not in a good way. Like, that's nasty. And this show is not like a happy show. It's kind of it's kind of grimdark.
No, everyone has so many problems.
Yeah, it's just like trauma city.
Goodness.
So, in the fanfic I read, Nina lives. But, dude, I
I don't think that happens. She either remains girl dog forever or she dies.
I think she just dies, dude. Like,
She's gotta.
I don't think that turns out well for her, and...
No.
Oh, and the craziest part of that is that they find out that... So the doctor, the crazy, mad scientist guy...
Right.
His wife also died years ago. Plot twist. It's not that much of a plot twist. Surprise! He turned her into a chimera as well.
Surprise.
And that's why she died, but everyone just thought...
What did he do with her?
I don't know.
Because we have girl dog, what was she?
Lady dog. I have no idea. I don't think it was a dog.
Bigger lady dog.
But it's just, I don't know if they show it or if it's just like they realize, like, oh wow, he also turned his dead wife into a chimera and that's why she's dead. Messed up. Yikes to the 10th degree.
Super.
Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much all I've got. They win the war against the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
They either save or destroy the homunculi. There's multiples of them, so some of them they save. They are able to get Ling back. They are able to bring back Trisha, I think. That is what I want. So Trisha...
Yeah, that's understandable.
...lives. And the other ones... I'm gonna say Lust. Because again...
I think Lust dies.
Oh, you do? Okay, because one of the fanfics I read, they were able to save her because she was the body and she retained some of the memories of the woman that she was before.
Interesting. I think I might have read either that fanfiction or I read the description, and the whole vibe I got was fix it fic.
That's so valid. No, so I think that I can roll with that. I think all of them die except for, well, all the homunculi die, but they're able to save the existing bodies of Ling and Trisha.
Which is good. Aren't they immortal?
Oh, well, yeah, but there's like a special thing so their whole thing is that they can regenerate really quickly.
You gotta go to the alchemy store.
They went to the alchemy store. They regenerate very quickly, so any harm that comes to them is undone.
Right.
But, maybe they found ways to be able to destroy them quick enough that they couldn't regenerate and save their bodies and were therefore destroyed. Mm-hmm. I read an epic fight scene where Greed joins in on the fight to help them fight against these...
Good for him.
Yeah, big Kingdom Hearts vibes.
I'm gonna die.
The bad guy, father, creates these soulless bodies that are, innumerable, that flood the streets and just start, like, destroying things and killing people and going whack, right? But some of the homunculi join in on the fight, so Greed ends up helping them. They do not talk about Greed again after that, and they never mention that he's actually Ling. They don't mention Ling at all, which I think is kind of illegal. Ling seems really cool. So if your fic goes through the plot of the whole show and you don't mention Ling, no rights.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, no rights. Like,
I showed you a picture of him. He's so good. He's so cute.
He's so cool. He seems like one groovy dude.
So cool. I changed my previous statement. My previous statement was that I would have simped over Ed. I would have simped over Ling 1,000%.
100,000%. I agree. If I had watched this show...
My new statement.
When I was young.
Right.
Yeah. We love Ling. That's pretty much it. They beat the bad guys. The war ends. I don't think the military gets disbanded. I think that the military sticks around, but the corrupt leadership gets torn down, which is so boring. Right. Abolish the military.
Yeah.
Go all the way. If you're gonna if you're gonna get rid of the Fuhrer and like the corrupt leaders, why not get rid of the terrorist organization that they ran for like so long? That is ripe for corruption.
Yeah, I think that the military did stick around Even though, you know what? Nope. We're rewriting it. They're gone.
Okay.
Dead.
Military gone.
Military? Don't know her. Never met her.
Don't know her. Do they use the Philosopher's Stone to restore Alphonse's body and Edward's missing limbs? Or...
I'm gonna say if they did...
Do they use the bad guys' souls to that's the equivalent exchange that they make?
Right. I would say if they do use the Philosopher's Stone, they would use it for Alphonse, but I feel like at this point, Edward has been kicking it with his metal limbs. Full metal. That he, like, vibes with it now.
No, Edward gets his limbs back.
Well, I vibe with it. If I had a metal arm, it was so cool. It has a little, like...
No.
Kill people with that.
No, straight up, yeah. But, like, there's no more war. So he doesn't need it anymore. No, I fully am in the camp of Edward gets his limbs back. Okay. I think that they destroy the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes. So
that no one can use... Because that's the ultimate power, dude. Like...
Yeah.
That's so scary what you could do with that. So they destroy it.
You can't get that at the alchemy store.
You cannot. Well, I said earlier that you can, but I revoked that statement. You cannot get the Philosopher's Stone at the alchemy store.
You cannot.
Can't do it. But yeah, I think that they destroy the Philosopher's Stone, and that was one of the things that everyone was, thirsting after. Like, we gotta get the Philosopher, and that's what people were fighting over, right? But they're able to take down the bad guys. Now, is Father Edward and Alphonse's dad? Or are they two different people? I want to say they're the same person just for the sake of drama, like family drama.
I was gonna say, that's pretty drama right there.
And Father, he created the homunculi, which means that he knew that his wife survived, and he took her. And I think that it was another thing where he used to be blonde, because everyone in the family has blonde hair, except for Trisha has brown hair. But then when he turns evil, he has dark hair all of a sudden. And that's how we know that you turned into a villain.
That's how
you're in a goth phase right now.
Yes. I feel pretty good about that.
Do they kill their own dad? Or do they, reform him or whatever?
I don't know how he dies, whether they kill him or not, but I feel like he dies.
Okay.
But he's gotta go.
Maybe does he sacrifice himself, as a redemption thing? I could see that.
But how would that work? I could see it, but I'm not sure how that would work.
I don't know.
What is he sacrificing himself for?
They're in the line of fire, and he's like, "Oh no, my sons!" Yeah, they're in a war, and he's like, "Oh no, my sons are about to get shot by the guns that definitely exist in this world." And then
they do.
I don't think he got shot by guns. I think that he probably went head to head with his puppet master.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. Any other characters? So there are absolutely more characters in this show. There are a ton more. But
so many. I've seen some in the tags that I couldn't find on the wiki.
Yeah, no, same. I had a hard time.
But I know they're not OCs
Yeah,
either.
I had a hard time finding some characters that I guess the fandom just doesn't write them very often, and so it was hard to track people down.
I found them in some fics, but not enough. It was like a background character, and I didn't get enough to figure out who they actually were.
Yeah, for sure.
I wrote down Falman.
Not a clue.
He was there in one of the fics.
Okay.
I have no idea who this guy is. Havoc. I never heard anything about Havoc.
Oh yeah, Gene Havoc. Yeah, he's a canon character, and he's in the military with Hawkeye and Roy.
I know that he definitely is. And I know the Falman also is.
Okay.
But there was nothing.
Yeah. Did you ever come across any Armstrongs?
I did come across some Armstrongs.
Okay, because I also did, but again, I wasn't sure if they were canon or OCs.
And I wrote that down somewhere. Okay, I have Major General Armstrong.
Okay.
And then I don't know the gender, so they have a brother. There is a brother.
Okay.
The Strong Arm Alchemist.
Ooh, so he beats people up? Probably.
He's full flesh boy.
He's full flesh alchemist.
One big arm.
Ew.
One big arm.
Just one?
Just the one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the one. He's got one strong arm.
Oh, I see. So you mean he has one strong arm. And his last name's Armstrong?
Major General Armstrong.
That's funny.
I don't know, it just says in parentheses, this is what I wrote down.
Okay.
In parentheses, brother, strong arm alchemist. So.
Incredible.
The brother has a name, and he is the strong arm alchemist.
Sure.
Which means something. Don't know what.
Okay. I did not write down the country that they live in.
Amestris. Yeah.
Ishval is another country, and then Jing is the third one that I know of.
Ling is the emperor.
Ling, the 15-year-old boy, is the emperor of Jing.
Mm-hmm. Here's one of my notes. This is more of questions and observation.
Okay.
Where's all the alchemy? All I'm seeing is politics and war. Where's the transmutation? How do the kids know them? Each one of those had like 17,000 exclamation points because I was very confused. In the fan fiction, no alchemy. Yeah. Nowhere. Didn't see any of it.
Really?
None. No transmutation. Okay, actually, that's not true.
No alchemy AU?
No, they weren't. That's not true, though. There was one that had alchemy.
Okay.
And that one also had transmutation. But the other ones, it would, like, mention it.
Okay.
But it was never brought up.
That's fascinating.
Nobody did anything fun or funky. Where's the alchemy?
Wow.
All I was seeing was politics and war, which is interesting in the world building that I was trying to piece together in my brain.
Right.
However, I was told that there would be alchemy in Fullmetal Alchemist Fullmetal Alchemy Brotherhood.
Fullmetal Alchemy, yeah.
I was told there would be alchemy. And I saw very little.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And not even any transmutation. I don't know.
So, for finalizing this,
yes.
Do you have a favorite character, favorite ship, and will you be watching Fullmetal Alchemy Brotherhood after engaging in this fandom? And do you have a least favorite ship?
Okay, you know what? Let's start with least favorite ship. Obviously, it's Ed and Roy. That's yucky no-no.
That makes sense.
No. Okay, favorite ship, I would say Roy and Riza.
Sure, that makes sense.
I'm here for it, even though it's straight. I love them together. That is the majority of what I read, so that's what I was, like, here for.
Yeah.
Favorite character, I would say either Riza or Ling, even though I know nothing about Ling.
We love Ling, though.
I can tell you right now, just looking at this picture of him, he is the perfect boy. There's never been a better boy. And
there's not a single boy that's better than Ling.
He's the 15-year-old emperor. Of course I love him. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Overall, I would rate this show. I'm sure it sounds very fun. So I'm going to give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Wow, okay.
It sounds very fun. And it seems very enjoyable and very, like, stressful, but in a good way, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the fun one.
Yeah.
But I will say, rating my experience, negative 1,000 out of 10. Okay. It was very fun.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll bump it to a negative 100 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Because that's the amount of brain cells that I lost.
Okay.
I was so confused. It's not because anything was bad. Everything was good. Everything was fine. I just had such a hard time putting everything together. There was, like, no possible way for me to figure anything out. And I passed out. Yeah, I probably would not watch this show.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't watch it. It seems very fun. It seems very enjoyable, but I'm not invested in Roy and Riza enough to watch it.
And I don't know if the payoff would be good enough because they're not in the show.
I don't think it's good enough.
Their relationship is very much like tension throughout the show, but no payoff until the very end.
Yes. No payoff. It's not worth it.
Yeah, the fan fiction is what fills in the blanks. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I care about it, I'll just read the fan fiction, but I won't because then I'll be extra confused, and I can't do that to myself
again. For me...
Okay, go.
For me, least favorite ship is also Edward and Roy. It is the third most popular ship in the fandom. Science cannot explain. So we're just gonna... So that's my thought on that. Favorite ship... Okay. I read barely any fanfiction of Edward and Ling, but after learning more about Ling today, I'm like, I could get behind this.
I know,
that's
seriously.
So fun. Like, just falling in love on an adventure is very much...
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
It's so cute.
It's very cute. Yeah, so I vibe with that. I think that's really fun. Will I watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Well, it's not a very long show. So if I do run out of things to watch... maybe I'll consider it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, as far as the fan fiction goes, again, the stuff that we read, very well written, very interesting, ways of looking at the canon.
Yeah.
And rewriting things. It was well done. It was all really interesting, but I don't think it was interesting enough to convince me, like, I need to watch this show, because...
It is. It really, really is.
The fan fiction gave me what it needed to give me, and I don't really know.
I'm not sure what it gave me, but it was enough. That's all I need. It was enough.
That's a good point.
I will say one thing that I forgot to say is I won't watch this show because I want to stay blind in whatever fantasy we have just created. I want that to be the only thing that I know about this show.
That's so valid.
I don't want to know anything real about... No. None. No one can tell me anything about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood or about anything in other episodes that we do. No one can tell me a single thing. I will kill on sight. I want to know nothing.
Yeah, so I'm going to post Emma's number on Twitter. If everyone that's watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, please text her and give her an in-depth analysis of, and like a summary of the plot and the characters. That would be great.
I'm deleting my life.
Yeah. No, I actually, I kind of...
decided to pass away.
Yeah, I decided to pass away. I mean, I know we've talked about this. You don't want to know if we were right or not.
I don't want to know.
I super do. But again, I don't know if I can, like, I don't know if I have the emotional energy to commit to watching the whole show.
Yes. And I know that if I read the wiki, I would still be confused.
Yeah. Well,
to some extent.
That's why you watch the show.
Watch one of those recaps on YouTube, and then you won't have to watch the show.
Yeah. So, and it's fine. I'm sure I'm gonna have friends in my DMs just be like, you have to watch it. It's so, like, you don't understand. It's so good. Guys, I want to live in this... let me live in this fantasy.
Let me live in the fantasy where Ling is the 15-year-old emperor.
Of an entire foreign nation, yeah.
Please.
Maybe I'll watch the show for Ling only. But I don't think that's worth... That's the problem, is that none of the... You know what?
That's the thing.
I got to the bottom of it. None of the main characters compel me enough to be like, oh, I gotta watch this.
Watch the show just for them.
But the side characters seem so interesting to me, and so I'm like, oh, the idea of the homunculi are so interesting.
Yes.
I love Ling. I would die for him. But I don't think they're in the show enough for me to be like, oh, this was totally, like, watching these 60 episodes was totally worth it.
Yeah.
Please don't come for us, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood fans. We appreciate your fandom. Please, please come get your mans when it comes to the people that ship a 15-year-old with a 30-year-old.
Yeah, I shouldn't even have to explain why that's not great. Just because you relate to the younger character and you have daddy issues does not mean...
Yeah, just because you relate to the child character
doesn't
mean you should.
And you simp over the older character.
Yeah.
Does not mean that you should have them be a couple.
They should not be a couple.
Like, self-reflection. Figure out why you... What is the root of the problem?
Wow. Yeah, no. That's
and
a really...
go from there.
And I do understand the relating to the main character, who is probably a minor, because most, like, anime that kids are watching have children as the, main characters. Yeah. And then you are attracted to the, adult characters. So in that sense, I do understand that could be the logic of people shipping those two characters, as I relate to this person, but I'm really into this other person who is an adult.
Yep. Another thing that I think I mentioned at the very beginning, anime characters, they look like they have an age.
Yeah, they have no age. That's what they
don't look like they have an age. So, that's why if you showed me a picture of Ed next to Roy, not telling me anything about them, and you were like, these two are gay for each other, I'd be like, yeah, probably. Because anime characters have no age. They look the same.
They all look the same age.
But once you're given context, it's like, actually, that's not great.
Anyway, that's a whole conversation that we will get into in a future side episode. We are starting a side series at some point called Out of Character, where we will go over general fandom topics like crossovers and alternate universes, fandom controversy, fandom and pop culture, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one thing I did want to address with this fandom specifically. We picked a really tough one for a first episode.
This was awful. I don't know why we did this.
We hate ourselves, that's why. But I'm so excited to keep going.
Yeah.
Should I tease our next couple episode lineup?
Yeah.
How our schedule is set up is we're doing like an anime, and then what we're referring to as normie media in between. So we're switching off every other week. Will be like an anime and then a normie one, and then back and forth.
Yep.
So next will be a Netflix original series that is very popular. The second season just dropped. We're recording this in the middle of August 2020, by the way. I would tease what the show is about, but I could not tell. I think
it gives off X-Men energy.
It gives off kind of X-Men energy. So I hope that you guys can figure out what that means just by those words.
Just by those words.
After that, this one I won't even tease. We're doing Death Note. I am so excited. Emma is very into Death Note, and I know literally nothing about it.
Note.
So in that episode, we'll be doing some of these throughout, where one of us will know the canon and be well versed in the fandom, and the other one knows nothing, and so we will grade each other.
I'm very, very excited.
So Death Note is one that Emma is going to be grading me, and then in conjunction with our Death Note episode, we're doing an Out of Character episode talking about Death Note the musical. And then after Death Note, we will be doing a video game series that is one of my favorites ever. It is set in a very grim, kind of industrial world with a lot of rats. So if you've played this game series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if for those episodes, we will be handpicking fanfiction for each other to read.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That's about it. So thank you so much for listening. I did not write an outro.
Nope. No, we did not.
Read fanfiction.
Or die.
Or... No! I'm not gonna tell our fans to or die. Read fanfiction. And, if you have any suggestions... Please hit us up. Oh, here's our outro. Okay, if you have any suggestions for fandoms, please hit us up. We have a Twitter account at podnocontext, PODNOCONTEXT. We will have an Instagram account at some point, probably. We would love to interact with you guys and hear your thoughts. This is the longest outro in podcast history. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening again.
No.
And make a lot of friends through fanfiction. Okay. Okay. Goodbye. Good night. Stop recording now.